wanted to do a video, Harmony Bloom, using it for hi-hats. You can come up with some really interesting patterns using it. And the way I like to use it now you can use this on iOS too. I haven't figured out on iOS if I would use it in a DAW more or less. But either way, whatever you do, you want to connect it just to the hi-hats, right? So that it's not controlling anything but the hi-hat. The problem with snares, you can do it on any of these really, but the problem with the snare is typically I'm not going to use too many different snare patterns, but I'm going to try it just to show you anyway. Why not? And excuse me because I'm still sick, so recording this. But anyway, all right, so let's listen to, so here's the hi-hat. Let me just play it. Let me play the hi-hat without Harmony Bloom. Okay, so that's without Harmony Bloom. Now let's put Harmony Bloom back on. And here's a pattern I came up with. Messing around with this randomize the active or inactive, and then the offset. Then you want to set your Q set, which is your quantize set, and turn this on down here if you want it to be on time. I did the probability a little less too, just to mix it up, and I transposed it down one octave. You could of course adjust the velocity sensitivity portion of it, as well as the note range that you want it to be. But I left the note range alone and just moved the octave transpose to down, or I should say that's up. Down would be this way. And then I set 4 bars here. You can set more if you want, to give it a little more. So this is another way to use Harmony Bloom, using it to help you build your hi-hats. Now, how would you record it? Let me show you. Pretty simple. Everything's set up where I have the Harmony Bloom going into the hats here, which is on this channel. All you have to do is just press record. Put the record on here, right? And just hit record. Make sure you set your tempo and all that if you want. I'm not worried about it right now. Just showing you this. Okay, perfect. So there is, I'm gonna zoom in just a little bit so I can see what I'm doing here. Boom. Okay, so there it is, see? And it's playing within that range, those different pitches of it. So you have a variety of pitches. Of course, if you're in a DAW, you could easily select them all and have that. And like in this DAW, you can do the deviation portion of it. So select all. And you can have it just where it can play up and down even more on the velocity. Pretty cool. And then they'll loop it, and then you could throw, just so for the purpose of knowing what we're doing here, I'm gonna go ahead and throw some snares over it, and then I'm gonna turn up this. Okay, so this is just, oops, keep doing that and I forget I just gotta press this button down here. All right, now let me grab a snare for you. That'll work. All right, on this track, we'll put a snare. No, I forgot to turn on the tempo up here. Now I have it set to 120. I don't want it at 120, so I'm gonna pull it maybe to 79. I don't really work in 120 too much. You gotta remember to turn it off here. It's gonna keep playing Harmony Bloom in the back, and you won't know what your actual track sounds like. And I'm okay with that, so I'm gonna go ahead and record this portion now. This metronome drives me a little nuts on here just because it's so loud, so I'm gonna turn it down just a little bit. Let me grab my mouse. I don't know why I'm doing this with the trackpad when I could just do the mouse. All right. It's a little loud for my taste. I'm gonna bring it down just a little bit. All right, that's fine. All right, so there's the snares. I'm just doing a quick track just to show you how you can set it up, do it. If you want to quantize that, you could. I'm just going to go in here and go select all and then do some deviation here just so it doesn't play the same all the way through. And let's grab a quick kick. Now, the reason why I probably wouldn't use Harmony Bloom, let's just try it, but on the kick is, I think it would be kind of weird, but we'll try it. All right, we're going to do less notes. Let's just try 9 notes. We'll leave it on a 16. I'll set the offset a little bit. Like that. You got to pick where you would want your kick to hit. So I'd probably go, let's say this is the 1, right? I'll probably go somewhere there, maybe. I think that's where I would go. We'll have to play around with it because I didn't even think about doing no kicks. That's kind of interesting, but maybe you would change for the kicks. You would change your minimum to like 80. Maybe you want this to be around. You might even want to change this to where kicks would be around C3. So this is something you have to consider if you're going to do this. I probably wouldn't do this with kicks, but hats to me seem the most legit thing to do. And what I would do is just set it to C3. I'm actually going to go A sharp 2 to C sharp, not 4, C sharp 3. I don't want to have a lot of different kicks going off at the same time. I'm not sure how that would flow. All right, let's get a kick because I completely forgot to do that. We're just going to use something kind of simple. Okay, I'm going to leave it all the way out like that, and we'll just go here. And this Harmony Bloom is the one for it, so we'll just pull it up here. And then we'll put Harmony Bloom number 4. And then make sure you got this going in. All right. Set it always to that. We'll have to change stuff in here, so we'll be back to this. We're just going to play it for a little bit. Interesting. It works. Maybe do this. It works. It's crazy. I wasn't expecting this, I'll be honest. So again, same principle. You want to record it, just hit record. Okay. So you'll have to make adjustments, of course, right? You'll probably want to kick at least somewhere here on the one. You'll want to put something on the first note. So maybe you could use this for like ghost kicks. And maybe if you're otherwise, unless you just don't care about where the timing is. And then you want to make sure that you don't have anything like this one hitting on the 2 and the 4, because that's typically your snares. So maybe get rid of that one. Anything on the 2 and the 4 has to go. And then make sure you turn it off. You could either use the bypass or just right here. I'm just click there. It worked. It's crazy. So I could see this on iOS being used more. Maybe here for hi-hats, but I would use to give you some variations in your hi-hat patterns. But it does work. At least we know that, right? Just, trying stuff out, man. That's what it's all about. So you could explore and go further with this. This is where this video will end. I just wanted to show you kind of the gist that you can use it. I think if I was using it, it'd be more for the hi-hat patterns to give me some cool variations. And that would be where I'd probably use it the most. Typically, I'd probably do my own drum, my own kick and snare for sure. But yeah, interesting nonetheless. All right. Hope you learned something. Hope you got something you can go experiment with. And yeah, try to take it further and let me know what you came up with or some ideas you thought of. All right.